Hello and welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast for March 7th, 2020. The world's out of toilet paper, but today we're talking about Christian Bale in Thor. Beauty and the Beast is getting some extra content. The Last of Us is getting a show, and Taika Waititi is at it again. Stay tuned for all that and more. Oh no!
Hey. Uh-oh.
There we go. It's working.
The curtain was pulled back there for
Just
a
a
second.
little. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Welcome to the Barrel Roll Newscast. I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
We're here to talk about movie and game news from the last week.
Yeah.
Woo!
And there's more than last week.
There is more than last week. Things happen.
Yeah.
Bond got delayed.
Oh, yeah.
Coronavirus stuff. Disney's not delaying any of their stuff apparently. So
No.
Black Widow's coming out and Mulan's coming out.
Whole bunch of conventions.
And a bunch of that's like the easiest safe bet is like a place where you are compacted. Like we've been to
Yeah.
comic expos.
Yeah.
There are parts where you are like this far from someone else trying to get through. When you're trying not to spread a disease, probably best thing to like
A lot of people are wondering when E3 just decides to
just
stop.
and then never come back.
Probably.
Not
at this
even
rate.
delay. Just
At
be
this
like,
rate.
you know what, yeah. Well, even now they're talking Olympics. Should they delay Olympic stuff?
Yep. A lot of sports. Soccer is
Yeah.
stopped fans. They've told hockey to do it.
Yeah.
And the hockey teams have been, nope.
Yeah.
We're still going ahead.
And then it's just more of a making sure you're not here and there and it, like, you know,
Yeah.
watching where you're going and all of that stuff. And then
Good thing it's just the two of us.
exactly.
We're not in a big crowded.
And we haven't touched any.
Yeah,
we
we're
haven't
not
touched
touching
each
each
other
other.
yet.
I love how you put yet on it.
Well, it's funny because like we do the high fives and all of that stuff at my work,
The
and
kick
right,
feet.
right now it's like we have to come up with something new, everybody. So, either way, yeah, the world's out of toilet paper and canned beans.
Oh, canned beans now too.
Yeah, and water.
And flats of water.
Yeah, flats of water, toilet paper,
Trail mix, baby
trail mix.
wipes.
Yeah, don't tell that secret. That's like
The weird one, and it's kind of gross,
Yeah.
is all the sanitizer's gone, but a lot of the soap is still there.
Yeah, again, it doesn't make sense. Just wash your hands.
No one wants to sing happy birthday
No.
over and over again.
Well, and you're supposed to like there's like a this and a, like I don't know.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Yeah, well, that's no. Apparently, you're supposed to like back to back. I don't know. There's this whole nonsense now. They're trying to teach people how to wash their hands. Like, yeah,
That makes no sense.
no, it doesn't. Because I'm like, washy, washy,
Uh-huh.
washy, washy,
Scrub,
washy,
scrub,
washy.
scrub.
Yeah.
Scrub, scrub, scrub. Weird.
Oh, it's like I've been doing since I was a kid. It's crazy.
Some people haven't been.
And that's the scariest part,
That's
really.
the gross part.
That is the, yeah.
I don't know how many times I've gone to a public washroom
Oh,
and watched people just walk out.
I
and
love
it's
that
like,
when they walk out of a stall and just right out the door, and you're like,
gross.
like I can almost get in a guy's bathroom if you're peeing, like almost in my brain. It's like okay, because like maybe you've managed not to touch anything on the way.
No, yeah.
Like there's, you know,
Yeah.
maybe. So it's like, but if you walk out of a stall, man, like, ooh,
Gross.
I know what you're doing in there. There's only so many things you're doing in that stall. Either way, let's get to the actual news.
Anywho.
Tessa Thompson was being interviewed at one of the red carpet type event type things.
Yes. I don't know for what though.
I don't know for what either, but it had the nice backdrop and all the people taking
Yeah.
pictures and all of that stuff. And she let drop that she's working with Christian Bale in Thor: Love and Thunder. Yeah.
Yes. And yeah.
So Christian Bale is confirmed now to be in Thor 4.
And not only confirmed,
Yes.
but as the
As
villain,
the bad dude.
which I've seen him in American Psycho.
Sure.
He can do it.
I've heard him on set of Terminator when he got pissed off at that guy.
He gets mad at his own cast. He's good.
Yeah. It's funny, that thing with him on Terminator where he gets mad at the guy. It's funny to watch both sides of that argument, because there are people who are like, he's well validated in getting mad because like that guy ruined, a take and by doing something that they shouldn't have done, and they should have known not to do it. Was his reaction exactly the right reaction? No. Was he okay to be upset with the guy? Yes, because that guy shouldn't have done what he did and should have known not to do that. It's like, okay, but you still don't have to like sit there and just, explode on a dude.
Guy.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So no word as to what villain.
I don't even know. I'm bad with Thor.
There have been rumors where it is the God Killer.
Ooh. Cool.
That he's going to be in it. There's been obviously the big one, and Bale can't do it, but Enchantress is supposed to be there, but I don't see him doing that one. I would actually probably see him as the God Killer.
Yeah.
Because that is a storyline.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
And with Foster coming back, and Jane Foster coming back, and Tessa Thompson obviously filming, so being involved, that there's obviously someone hunting them or coming after them, which brings the fight back to Earth.
Heck yeah! Well, because Asgard's on Earth now anyway, so that also helps
that's
things.
why it would bring it to Earth.
Yeah.
Which would be weird, because Thor is up in space. So
yeah, but you can Bifrost his way everywhere now with the hammer.
Can you?
Yeah, that's what is the new one from Infinity War.
It can.
Yeah, it has the power of the Bifrost. That's how he swooped in
they made Heimdall expendable.
Right, because they had to kill him. I mean, spoilers for the movie that everybody's seen.
Yeah.
Heimdall will be back in the Loki show. Don't worry.
Probably. I don't know if Idris Elba would do it. For a cameo, I don't think he would.
I don't think. Who knows? I don't know with Idris Elba. He's a kooky dude.
He's a big guy. A big name. He's not gonna. I don't see him being I'm gonna make a cameo in a TV show.
Yeah, we'll see.
I mean, he has done TV. He does Luther.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I mean, he has done it, but I don't see a cameo.
Who knows?
He was mad at the cameo in Age of Ultron.
I know.
Why would he
do the TV show? Because things are different now, and who knows? Who knows?
Things are still the same.
Robert Downey Jr. says he'll come back if Pepper Potts comes back.
No pressure, Paltrow.
Yeah. Someone interviewed them and they were like, would you go back and like play if they found a way to bring Tony back?
Yeah.
And he's like,
multiverse.
Well, but he's like, I would, and he's like, but they'd have to bring Gwyneth Paltrow back, because he's like, if Tony is resurrected from the dead, he's like, Pepper Potts is a huge part of that story.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I'm not doing it without Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
And he's like, and the story has to be like out of this world.
Better than Doolittle.
Better than Doolittle. That movie came and went with like.
Yep. They started including dragons.
Smaug.
You don't know why you need dragons in a Doolittle movie.
I don't know.
Anyhow.
Like, I watched the original Doolittle with Rex Harrington a long time ago, where he was pretty much like on a farm running around and singing songs and like, you know, Doolittling his way around, and I'm like, okay, this was a movie.
I think the Eddie Murphy.
And then the Eddie Murphy one came out, and I'm like, this is a great modern take.
Yeah.
And then when I first saw Robert Downey Jr.'s, I'm like, okay, they're just expanding the Rex Harrington stuff, but going on like a worldwide adventure thing. So it's like Around the World in 80 Days meets Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. And then all of a sudden, like, the last trailer dropped, and it's like, hello, Doolittle, and it's a giant dragon, and I'm like...
I thought that was the tiger that said that.
No, there's like a...
I know, I saw the dragon.
Yeah, he can talk. See, and the tiger was fine. Like, I'm like, oh, there's the antagonist of, like, you know...
Because tigers are always the antagonist.
Yeah, I don't need the giant dragon thing in a Doolittle. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
Christian Bale, Thor 4.
Whenever that comes out.
Whenever that ends up I don't even know what their slate looks like anymore. So,
yeah.
Speaking of things that Disney's doing, there was originally talk of there's a Prince in Aladdin, the live-action Aladdin movie.
Okay.
This is where all of this talk kind of started with these kinds of things. But there's a prince that tries to come and woo Princess Jasmine.
Yeah.
And in the cartoon show, it's the one that Raja bites and like he runs out with his underwear showing or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
In this one, it's been replaced by that character's been replaced by a white comedian.
Okay.
So they were going to do a Disney Plus show about that particular character.
Okay.
And everybody complained because like they took the one white guy out of that entire movie and they're like they were going to give him a miniseries. That seems to have disappeared.
Weird.
What has now been replaced by is a Gaston and LeFou prequel to the live-action Beauty and the Beast movie.
Because it's what we've been asking for.
Yep. Well, and so everybody, like, if you just read the title, it's like Beauty and the Beast prequel, and everybody's like, Prince is a jerk to Enchantress Lady.
Yeah.
Refuses Rose, gets turned into what more do we need to know?
Yeah.
And then, if you read the actual article, it's the actor that played Gaston and Josh Gad as LeFou, who are going to do like a 6-episode how they met and like became friends sort of
thing. And how LeFou became infatuated with Gaston?
I'm assuming that that's what half of the shows are going to be is like.
All right.
But they they were at war together.
Yeah.
Like they were in war.
Oh yeah.
So everybody's like, so we're getting a mini French French war.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Type show.
Weird. But I don't think we need this.
I don't think we do.
We don't need backstory to how the friendship developed.
No, but like someone said, they're like, if they do this right, it could be funny. The bonus is it's not a movie.
Well,
it's going to be
exactly
a Disney. It's going to be a Disney Plus show. Like we'll get 6 episodes, and if you watch it, you watch, and if you don't, you like.
And then we get the sequel.
And then we'll get
C prequel.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Like, those two are good actors.
Yes.
How much they play into like some of the other jokes was like, because someone's like Gaston better be eating like a crap ton of eggs, because that's in the song where he eats all those like. We better see, this character like shoveling back eggs like a madman sort of thing.
Every second scene.
Yeah, just eating an egg. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do for this. And the director for it is the guy who did Once Upon a Time, the TV show. So my hopes are not high.
All right.
It's very, very strange.
When is this supposed to be coming out?
Next year, I believe.
Oh.
So it's one of those just like, all right. And then there was like the director's like, we're hoping we can like also, convince Emma Watson to show up for.
But he never.
He does become infatuated with her. So like in the tail end of the like these 6 shows, if it's him returning from the war and going like, who's that?
But then you're tying into the movie, or did he know her before?
He knew her before the movie. Because it was the, like, look at her, LeFou, she's the most beautiful girl in town. Like,
Yeah.
He knew Belle already. Belle knew Gaston. Especially if you watch the cartoon, that was way more implied.
Because it kept hitting on her.
Yeah, like constantly hit. Like, it was like daily kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sexual harassment. But, it's totally cool.
But it's Gaston.
It's Gaston.
Anyway. Yeah. Everybody wants to be like Gaston.
Everybody wants to be like Gaston. Make prequels like Gaston. And I love Josh Gad, like the guy who plays LeFou. So that one will be like that's my thing.
This is something we have not been asking for.
No, in all honesty, those two being in like a completely separate Disney Plus miniseries might be interesting. Like nothing to do with. Just put those 2 actors into something and write an original something. About a buddy movie or something. Yeah. I'd be cool with that. Because they're funny. They're good actors. I like them. Just, I don't know that we need...
It almost seems like we're reverting back to when we had the Disney sequels that we also did not ask for.
Direct to VHS sequels. Yep. Yeah. New on Disney VHS. Whoa!
No, thank you.
Yeah, as soon as it was direct to VHS... You always watch the commercials. I always love that you watch the commercials and you're like, oh... Cinderella, more Cinderella, and then at the end it's like direct to VHS, and you're like, oh no.
We did.
I will not be.
The only one I liked was Aladdin.
Aladdin did well, but it played off of the cartoon show too, because there was the animated show.
Yeah. And
So
The Lion King was okay. 2, not 1.5.
I don't think I saw The Lion King too.
Scar had a kid.
Yeah, I know.
Surprise!
Yahoo!
You killed my father.
Yeah, well, that's like Pocahontas too.
Yep.
Goes to the new world, meets a new man.
Little Mermaid too. My
Oh,
daughter wants to go back to the ocean.
I think there's two sequels to Little Mermaid. I think there's 2 and 3.
That family can't make up their mind on what they want to do.
I know, for the love of, like, someone's got to figure out a way to just press a button and be like, legs, fins, legs, fins, legs, fins.
When they come on land, they just
Exactly.
grow legs.
Yeah. And then just have pants everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah. There's been sequels to Beauty and the Beast. They've been little, like, and not even sequels, but they've been, like, in-betweens because it has to be Beauty and the Beast, so it can't be after because you need the Beast.
That's true.
So it's like in that portion of like when they're getting to know each other, it's like Belle's Enchanted Christmas or whatever. So like, you know, the winter scene in Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, it's that but extended. Like they extended into an entire movie. There was one where a giant organ in the castle tries to do something. And you're like, but all of this takes place within like
A week.
not that long a time span. You're telling me like the cutlery overthrew this evil organ in the span of like a couple days sort of thing. Okay,
Yes.
cool. While also trying to hook Belle and the Beast up, sing their own songs.
They're
do their own
busy.
thing.
It's
They
not
were
like
some
they're doing
busy-
anything else.
They were some busy servants. They were, whew.
It's not like they were doing anything else.
Yeah.
They're trapped there forever.
That's true. They're busy people. Speaking of shows that we might actually want, this one could turn out okay.
Didn't see this one coming.
I did not see this coming. Naughty Dog makes this game, yes?
Yes, this is one of their...
Naughty Dog's game, The Last of Us.
Especially with number 2 coming out this year, kind of
Yeah.
riding it, but they're deciding to go with a TV show.
On HBO.
So we'll never get to watch it.
Well, no. I mean, we will, because if, you know, HBO subscriptions and whatnot, but...
Yeah, I don't see this as a...
No, this is
draw.
not a me. No, that's my piece. I'm like, it sounds interesting.
I'd be curious as to where this takes place.
Yep.
Because I assume it is going to be somewhere around 2, because the only thing HBO has said is Ellie's still going to be gay.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, and in all honesty, this is one of those things where, like, we're in the world of people who play video games, and we all know The Last of Us, and that kind of thing. They could totally just redo the game as a TV series.
You could, but then you're starting back at then, which there's no... I don't know. I didn't play the Left Behind DLC that it had.
No, me neither.
But in that, there was no reference or whatever to
Her
be,
sexuality.
Yeah.
And that
so that's why it makes me feel like it's closer to 2.
Maybe.
Because she's older, she's
Yeah.
doing all that. She's not trying to figure out why she's
So everybody says to cast Ellen
immune to
Page.
everything. No, too old.
So that's the next piece is casting for this show.
Well, there is...
Because it's not a bad video game to transfer into a TV show.
To me, it's too zombie-like, though.
It is very much going to be like it has to make itself different from The Walking Dead.
Or Pandemic, I think, which is also an
AMC.
Or HE. Or
HBO.
AMC, HBO.
Okay.
It's something.
Like, and I'm tired of all the zombie stuff. I
think zombie phase is gone.
Oh, yeah.
But this is... to me, this is too zombie-like.
Yep. Oh, yeah, it still is.
I get that they're different creatures. They're not exactly zombies.
Yes.
They're based off echolocation. They're not...
It's The Quiet Place.
Sure.
Still have to see that movie.
I know I still have to see that movie. I'm working on it.
Work your way to Ron Krasinski somehow.
Or Emily Blunt.
She's easy to... Yeah, she's in a lot of stuff.
I've tried. Believe me,
She's in a lot
trying.
She's in a lot of works.
I have like 3 movies of her that I could jump to, but I need that in first.
Well, if you can get to Cats...
With Emily Blunt?
No, you can get to James Corbin, who is in Into the Woods with Emily Blunt.
Or I can go Josh Brolin, who's in Sicario.
Okay, fine. Watch
or
good
Benicio,
movies.
Or Benicio del Toro.
Fine. Watch good movies. See what I care.
Try to get that way.
Yeah.
Or go through the Mary Poppins route, or go through the...
If you watch Paddington, the guy who voices Paddington is in...
I'm not going to go... One thing I've established with I'm not buying movies just because I need to tie it together.
I wasn't sure if you had Paddington or not.
I do.
The Paddington movies
I don't want to see
they're
Paddington.
They're pretty good movies.
I
actually.
don't want to see Paddington.
Oh, they're pretty good movies. But yeah, that's yeah. I don't know who you get for this show.
There was I can't remember the Ellie's picture, but there was 2 old Game of Thrones people.
Yep.
And the other one was the guy who plays Jaime.
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
As Guy.
The dude from the last one.
I can't. His name is not coming to me right now. I'm not worried.
Oh, look. A text message.
From
Last of Us.
no, not John. It's not
Joel.
It started with a J. Yeah, that. I can't. But yeah, having the guy who played Jaime play Joel.
He wouldn't be bad.
Because of the way Jamie's look later into the seasons,
Yeah.
with the beard and everything, gives people a Joel vibe, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, I can't remember who they said for Ellie.
Yeah, I don't know. You can tell how much of an impact Joel has on that story that we can't remember his name.
But he's the main person.
And he's the main person. Yeah, but I mean, you're really... Because you try and embody the main person, whereas, like, all of a sudden you then have to watch out for Ellie all the time. So, like, Ellie actually has more of an impact in those games.
She will in number 2.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah.
There's a lot of... This is just fresh information, so there's a lot of...
It's all
question
speculation
marks.
at this point, yeah.
So
we know there's going to be a show.
On HBO.
On HBO.
And we know the sexuality.
And we know that Ellie's going to be a lesbian.
That's all we know. We don't even know release dates or anything like that. Yeah.
We talked about Netflix buying the rights to the Roald Dahl stuff.
Yes.
A long time ago now. It seems like a long time.
If you want a refresher on it, go back and check our
Find
archive.
all of our old stuff. Go through it until you
our
find
archive.
it. Let us know. Yeah, let us know which episode it was. Because I don't remember. But yeah, Netflix has the rights to all the Roald Dahl stuff, and they're going to make animated shows based off of Roald Dahl's work, which I think is a good way to go because Roald Dahl is it's going to end up being cheaper, and Roald Dahl was pretty kooky.
Yeah.
So trying to live action his stuff is always
They have.
and it's been interesting.
A couple times.
Yep. And then they've done
Only Charlie and Chocolate Factory though.
yeah, James and the Giant Peach was stop motion animation. BFG.
Yep.
Steven Spielberg tackled that one.
Which is alright.
Matilda was a live action.
Was that a Roald Dahl?
Yeah.
I guess they've done it more.
And the only reason I know that is because I bought the whole collection when it was at Costco. Instead of buying toilet paper,
So
I
you buy a
Costco.
You could buy the Roald Dahl collection.
And the Harry Potter collection. See, people are worried about toilet paper. Just buy book collections.
I have to quarantine myself. I have a lot of entertainment in my house, so I'm good. I don't need washroom. Who goes to the washroom?
Go outside, use leaves, man. Or use a really bad Roald Dahl book, because I think there's a couple of them that are kind of
Weird,
iffy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be cool to see some of these get adapted into cartoons.
At least they're telling it's cartoon.
Yes.
Because I know when Castlevania first came, like, ooh, Castlevania. Oh, it's an anime.
Yeah. And you're like, and again, not that, like, I've heard great things about it, but if you're not really into anime...
It's like, that's a little disappointing.
Yeah, especially after, like, all the other Netflix shows where it's, like, you know, Stranger Things and this and that and everything else, and you're like, oh my god, a live-action Castlevania will be wicked! And then it's like, you know, if you finally get the first picture of it and it's like, cartoon.
Oh.
You're like, okay. Either way, we have a director for 2 of these shows, movies, mini-series, whatever they happen to be. So one is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
I don't know why you open with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Because that's what everybody knows.
I guess
I would say out of the Roald Dahl stuff,
Charlie and the Chocolate
Factory. That's probably the most well-known.
So, if you were to say that there's going to be 2 shows based on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Yes.
what 2 books do you think they would be based off of?
Well,
Because
I would say BFG and.
Well, no, because there's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Yeah.
and then there's Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. He did write a sequel.
Okay. See, I wouldn't have gone to the glass. I would have went to BFG.
Oh, but if you're doing but there's the 2 first shows are both based off Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
So you would assume that it was Charlie and the
Yeah,
Chocolate
yeah.
Factory, and then the Great Glass Elevator. What we're getting is Taika Waititi, which is totally awesome, is going to direct and executive produce these. But we're getting Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and then a show called Oompa Loompas.
I'm interested in Oompa Loompas.
And there's slave labor within the chocolate factory.
Well, I just want to see what kooky things they.
Oh,
they
and
do
with
in the
Taika, it's
background.
going to be, yeah,
And
exactly.
yeah, they've attached Taika
Waititi.
Waititi to direct or make these.
Direct, yeah. So he would be, well, obviously he's not going to sit there and animate them all.
Well,
but,
no,
yeah.
I wasn't.
Direct
sure
and
he was writing.
executive produce. So yeah, I'm assuming,
Well, he does his own stuff.
Yeah.
And it's improvised, so depending on which voice actors he gets.
oh, yes. And
obviously he's gonna be.
I'm 99% certain he's going to end up being Willy Wonka.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because his
I'm
voice
cool with
will,
that.
yeah, exactly. You know.
If he could do Korg.
Exactly. Well, hey
I'm
guys,
good.
welcome to my chocolate factory.
Yes.
All made of rocks. It's totally fine.
I'm made of chocolate. I'm made of chocolate. Don't be weirded out. Don't eat me.
Tried to start a revolution. Forgot the pamphlets.
Oh no, he needs to be an Oompa Loompa. They start the revolution. He needs to be an Oompa Loompa and start the revolution.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. That's all the Oompa Loompa show is like in the background you see like Willy Wonka and the kids walking and it's like, now, hit them! And it hits one of the kids instead and it's like, damn it, we almost had him.
I guess we gotta say.
Loompa.
Loompa.
Quick, distract Willy Wonka.
He'll never know.
I'm hoping if we get the Oompa Loompa songs, we get more of the Gene Wilder Oompa Loompa songs than the Tim Burton Oompa Loompa songs.
Yeah.
The Tim Burton ones were actually... The Tim Burton movie was actually closer to the book.
Yeah.
In terms of keeping with the story and all that stuff.
But he did the glass elevator part too.
He also did part of the glass elevator part, but then didn't because, like, you didn't know... Willy Wonka's dad's not featured in any of them. That was just, like, Tim Burton clearly has father issues and, like, put those into the film.
His father dumped him in a wheel.
Exactly. Like...
Sent him up into space.
Yeah, Tim Burton has a problem with dads.
Yes.
Just gonna throw that out there right now. Like,
his dad was a barbershop murderer.
yeah, all of his movies are like there's usually a father figure that is not a good father figure. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go about because I can see Taika sticking fairly close to the source material.
Yeah.
And just giving his own Taika twist to things, especially with being animated. Like you can do
Whatever.
everything.
And it's up to his imagination.
I know, which is glorious.
It's intriguing.
But that's why I said, like, even when they said everything's going to be animated, I'm going, good, because that's, like, even James and the Giant Peach is closer to the books than you could have gotten, I think, doing it. And, I mean, there was bits of that were live action, and then, you know,
yeah.
he eats the little thing, and it goes all claymate. Yeah, it goes all stop motion. But,
Yeah.
you know, that helps bring all those things to life, because what are you going to do with the giant centipede? You know, if it's live action, that thing's going to scare the absolute daylights out of
Anybody?
your target audience.
Anybody.
Exactly. Hey, kid. Why is this movie rated G?
It'd be intriguing. They should just put Taika in charge of everything. Roald Dahl.
Oh, yeah, totally. If he was in charge of like the little Roald Dahl universe of films, yeah, I'd be open to that.
Obviously, that means he might not do Disney stuff, but
You know what though? If he's still open for Thor, I'm cool. Like I don't need him directing all of the Marvel stuff. Like I can't see him doing a good Captain America.
no.
Like that's my thing. Taika has his.
Which is interesting because of I don't see Bale as
No.
working well with him, but
And it'll be interesting to see.
because Bale is I can't remember their names now. with Christian Bale or with Heath Ledger. And,
method actor.
Bale's a method actor, so.
Yeah. Oh, and Taika just sings and dances and naps all the time, so yeah, it should be interesting.
I don't know how those two are going to work out.
Those are like the best behind the scene photos of like all of. If you look, there's a bunch of behind the scenes pictures from like Thor.
Yeah.
And Jojo Rabbit and all. He's napping. Like there's pictures.
When you're tired, you gotta nap.
Well, but that's the thing. Like he's like, sometimes you're tired, so you lie down. Sometimes you're dressed like Hitler and you need a nap, so you just lie down. Like, you know. So there's pictures of him just like on a bench, sleeping.
Gotta refresh his brain.
But that's the thing. Like, yeah, Christian Bale will be interesting working with him because Taika kind of just flies by the seat of his pants and.
Yep. Go.
Well, and he makes stellar films.
He makes them work somehow.
It all works out in the end, and everybody's always happy to work with him, which is always, really cool. But
yeah,
it'll be interesting.
He's a good person to do the Roald Dahl stuff.
And again, letting him do animated.
Yeah.
And his ideas have to be a little bit more concrete because they don't have, limitless amounts of money to just keep animating.
Yeah.
But once it's written, it's not like he goes off script.
No, but he leaves it pretty open.
He does. Like, you can kind of do your own thing here and there and this and that and everything. Like, he's still a pretty tight director. It's just he goofs around a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But he can goof around as much as he wants to in a, voice acting booth.
Absolutely. He can come naked.
Sure.
No one would bat an eye.
Unless they're working together and he has kids and then, in the recording studio, in which case he could not show up naked because that would be illegal. But
underwear.
Yeah, exactly. I can totally see him trying to get the kid from Jojo Rabbit to be the voice of Charlie Bucket, though, too, just as a...
Maybe.
He said in an interview he tries to... And this was funny coming from, the Jojo Rabbit side of things, where he had to find a tiny, kid who believed Hitler was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And he's like, when I hire kid actors, I hire the kid that is closest to the character. And he's like, that way the kid doesn't have to act, they just have to say the lines. So, that's my thing with him casting, too. Even for voice acting, it will be, he'll find the right people.
Yeah.
Because Thor, if you think about casting, Tessa Thompson crushes it.
Yeah.
Which, again, I think back, and my wife and I were watching Veronica Mars to catch up when we watched the new season that they released.
Yeah.
Tessa Thompson was in the original Veronica Mars show as one of Veronica's classmates. And her acting was atrocious because of what the show was.
Yeah.
So you'd if I'm sitting there, if I would have remembered that, and then they would have been like, Tessa Thompson's going to be in Thor, I would have been like, oh, no.
Yeah.
But, he kind of gets everybody to step up to that next level.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And, him doing some voice work for Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I think, would be fun.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So either Willy Wonka or the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah, I would lean more towards Willy Wonka. But
Me too.
I would hope for an Oompa Loompa revolution.
That would be an awesome show. He finally sneaks in a storyline from Thor into the Oompa Loompa show.
Stunt revolution.
Who wrote the pamphlets? Damn it!
Yeah.
And I could totally see him somehow pulling it off where, all those traps were actually meant for Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
And
or they get him, and Willy Wonka, for whatever reason, is just immune.
Yeah,
to whatever. What do we gotta do?
We can't stop him.
He's insane.
Oh, God. Someone stop the man. Just let us go home.
Yeah.
To Loompa Land. I wonder with all these coming out, too, if Nestle will rebrand their chocolate again.
Doubt it.
Because I miss all of that stuff.
Doubt it.
Because we get, even Nerds. Nerds are Wonka candy.
Yeah.
But they don't say Wonka. They dropped the Wonka brand off of everything.
I don't think you do. I think it's an aged thing.
I don't know. And it depends on how well this does. And if Netflix obviously puts money into it, too. Because Netflix would want, if you put Wonka bars back on the street.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows?
I would buy a Wonka bar.
Yeah.
I would buy a Wonka bar if there was a chance of a golden ticket inside.
Well, obviously. It would be like the movie where everybody just...
That would be insane.
Except someone would just buy them all. Someone would just go to a store and buy them all. And
Thanks, Bloomberg.
Just done.
I wish I had that kind of money. He spent $600 million to run for president and dropped out like 2 weeks later. Like, I wish I had that kind of
things.
I wish I had that kind of cash.
Yep.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Well, it does work out for the kid in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, whose dad buys like most of the chocolate. But you know,
it did. Yeah, it made it.
Yeah,
it didn't make it through.
No, because she was a snot-brained kid.
Yep.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Veruca? I think Veruca was the rich one. Veruca Salt? Yes. Because Violet Beauregard's the one that she's the fitness one that goes blue. You're turning violet, Violet. Augustus Gloop and Mike TV. I've read that book a lot.
Apparently.
we might study it in my class. And Charlie Bucket. And that jerk of a guy, Grandpa Joe. There's a whole subreddit against Grandpa Joe.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. Well, because Grandpa Joe's an ass.
Is he?
Yes, because his family's surviving off of cabbage soup and nothing else.
And he has a piece of chocolate.
No, and then he won't get his butt out of bed, but they keep paying for his tobacco so he can smoke. And then finally the opportunity comes up for Charlie to go to the chocolate factory. And up he springs.
Yeah, okay.
And you're supposed to look at it in the book and in the movie as like, this has given him a zest for life and renewal for... But everybody's like, jerk couldn't get out of bed to help his family and get a job.
Nope.
But he can get up to go on a free tour of a chocolate factory.
Absolutely.
I did like Tim Burton's Grandpa Joe better than the Gene Wilder.
I can't remember... Oh, I can't remember Grandpa Joe and Wilder's.
Why he was like we'll get some fizzy lift and drink and we'll get he was kind of the one that led Charlie into like the not so good way of things, whereas, and again that doesn't happen in the book. Like Charlie is straight and narrow the whole way through.
Yeah. Of
like, oh no, I'm like the kid who's just glad to be here.
Yeah.
As opposed to all these other brats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. One of those things. And again, like Willy Wonka at the end of the book is actually more like the Gene Wilder one where it's like, yeah, your family can come and live here. Like everybody can come and live in the, as opposed to Tim Burton's where he has to do that weird visit his dad first and figure out that family's important and then go back to Charlie's house and be like, okay, you can all move into the chocolate factory.
Yeah.
Like, just let them move into the damn Charlie chocolate.
Dad issues.
Exactly. Like, it's just like, Tim, stop.
Yeah.
There's source material for this. You don't have to follow it, like, exactly directly. Like, the Oompa Loompa songs, as much as I'm not digging exactly what they did for them.
Yeah.
At least you stuck to most of the same lyrics, and you just added some, like, Danny Elfman type, chugga, 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 like, weird.
Yeah.
Cool, you can take those liberties. But, yeah, throwing your own dad issues in, even though I love Christopher Lee as, a mean dentist.
And Wonka's teeth were good anyways.
Exactly. Like, that's the worst part is it's like he has perfect dental hygiene.
Weird.
Yeah, your bicuspid. I know these bicuspids. And it's like... And again, you get lines like that out of Christopher Lee. Like, I love it.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary to the film. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Taika does.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, the Oompa Loompa show.
Weird.
And if it all goes well, they just give Taika all of them.
Yes, I would assume so.
Me too. Which... Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Stay tuned for the post-credit show. We're talking about games we played, movies we've watched, and other sort of nerd junk we've done.
There's not a lot.
Not a lot. Stay tuned. Check out our website at barrelrollnews.com for all of our links to our social media and all that stuff so you can stay up to date with what we're doing. At some point here, we'll do more. We swear. It's one
eventually, and eventually we'll have more people here.
Yeah. Eventually, it'll all work out. It's that damn virus. I'm telling you, they're self-quarantined.
Yeah,
with all
their going there with that.
With all their
going with her.
With all their toilet paper and water.
Those two. Okay. Stay tuned.
Bye.
Bye.